Okay, good evening, everyone, and welcome to our 2025 Sipp Project Media Day live stream with our football and volleyball athletes. So, I'm Elizabeth Stamps, and I am the founder and director of the Sipp Project Athlete Marketing Agency Incorporated. And now I'm going to let my team introduce themselves.
Great afternoon. Great afternoon. I am Leah Willis, head administrator of the Sipp Project. I am so happy that you could join our stream tonight and support our student athletes. We hope you enjoy yourself and thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Tiara Tidwell, and I am the Director of Media. This is going to be very exciting for all the athletes to be here and talk about their upcoming season. So make sure to stay tuned and let's go.
All right, so our first athlete today is Miss Zakara Williams, a senior at Murrah High School. She plays volleyball and she is the outside hitter. Everybody, let's welcome Miss Zakara.
Zakara, how are you doing? Can you hear us?
Yes, ma'am, I can hear you. I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing well. Okay, so we are so excited to have you on. You're our only girl athlete tonight. So, that's a very special thing. So, we're going to let everyone get to know who you are. And you had a good accomplishment to come up within the past couple of days. So, we're going to start off with that in a question. So, you were nominated up until the top 10 of the Sports Illustrated Youth Athlete of the Year, and you are still in the running for that. So, how does that make you feel just to be able to be a part of that?
It makes me feel very excited. This is a great accomplishment, and I just want to keep going farther.
Okay, and it is a great accomplishment for sure.
So, Mr. Carr, I'm here for your next question. What do you feel sets you apart from other athletes in the competition?
I feel that my heart sets me apart from other athletes. I'm willing to go beyond the earth to get a ball, to do whatever. My heart is all the way in the sport I play, and I feel like there's a difference than skill and talent, but I have both. So
Like that.
So, as stated before, you're a senior. This is your last ride. So, what legacy do you want to leave at Murrah?
I want to leave a legacy of teamwork. On my team, I am a captain, so I like to create a space where it's a sisterhood. And I just want to let everybody know that teamwork is dream work, basically.
Okay, we like that. So you don't only play volleyball, you play multiple sports. So how do you balance, playing multiple sports and actually being good at all of them?
I train with all my sports equally. I also balance them by keeping a schedule and making sure I have everything in order.
We like this, Zakar, because we know you're a senior, so learning those important life skills are so important. This is my next question. What would winning this competition mean to you and your journey as an athlete?
This competition, I would say it would mean that I'm not a loser. I win.
Hmm, I
Um,
like that.
it will also help me get to college, so it'll be a very important aspect of my life.
So, I kind of got more of a fun question for you. So, what would you say is your go to hype song for game days?
Hmm. I would really say any song by Party Next Door, but I really listen to Marvin Sapp sometimes. It's a either thing. Marvin Sapp songs or Party Next Door songs.
Okay, so sticking to the pregame thing. So what is your favorite pregame meal or snack?
I really don't like to eat before games, but if I do, it'll be like bread. I don't know. Bread gives me energy,
Okay.
stuff like that.
And we're going to keep going with the fun questions. So, my next question is, if you were not playing your sport, what would you be doing?
If I was not playing my sport, I'd probably be doing hair. Most of
Mm.
the time, doing hair.
Okay.
And what would you say, like, who's your biggest inspiration outside of sports?
Mm. My biggest inspiration outside of sports, it's this speaker. His name is Conscious Lee. I really like him is because he's very knowledgeable about all things like economic wise and stuff like that.
Okay, so what is your dream college or like dream career?
My dream career would have to be nursing. I like helping people, especially elderly people,
Hmm.
because as much good help as they need,
Yes.
that would be my dream profession.
Okay.
Okay, and we're going to wrap it up here just for a couple more questions, but I do have one more question. If you could play with someone living or deceased, who would it be? They could be retired, anything. Who would it be and why?
Can you restate your question? Hello? Can you hear me? Hello?
Okay, so
Yes, ma'am. We can hear
her
you.
question was if you could play with anyone alive or deceased or someone who's retired or still playing the game, any game that you play, who would it be and why?
Alexis Rodriguez. I think she's,
Okay.
and I really like her because she's fast on her feet, and I feel like that would be fun to play with by this fast.
Okay. Sounds like a good person. But that is all that we have. We are so proud of you. We want to make sure that we send the rest of that voting information out to everyone. So you all make sure that you all go vote for her. She is very talented, very sweet spirited. You don't find that many young ladies her age, that is like that and always willing to do what she is asked to do. So we are so proud of you. We can't wait to see what you do during your senior year and even beyond. So again, we love you and we can't wait to see what Zakara does moving forward. So thank you so much for joining us here tonight.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Okay, so you all, we will be right back and we will be bringing up our next group of athletes in about 1 minute. So stay tuned.
Okay, everyone, we are back, and we have our next group of athletes: Andrew Sanford, Derek Johnson, and Landon Shelby.
Hey y'all. Oh,
Hey, how are y'all doing?
good.
Great.
Good.
So first, I just
Okay.
talk about let everyone know their positions in schools. Andrew, he's a linebacker at Richland, and he's a junior. Derek, sophomore, defensive end at St. Joseph. Landon Shelby, he is a senior cornerback at Raymond.
Okay, so my first question is going to go for Andrew. So, Andrew, you had a slight injury, I believe, this summer. So, talk about that injury.
I broke my ankle on the backside of it. It was hairline fracture during spring actually, and it kept lasting. I never had any rehab for it, so I went 7-on-7 and just tearing it all up, playing through it because I didn't want to sit out. And really, I took a 2 week break towards the end of summer, and I finally just now getting to the point where I'm back to my 100% self, my old self.
Wow, we're glad you're back. We're definitely glad about that.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to ask Derek a question. And Derek, what did you learn from your freshman season that you'll carry into this year?
I learned a whole lot, especially to just be motivated. You know, some playing 10th grade varsity football is a little bit hard. People are more experienced than you, stronger, but you just gotta keep being motivated and keep playing the sport you love, and that's how I kind of get through that and apply that to my game.
And Landon, this is senior year, last ride. What does it mean to you to take on a bigger role at Raymond this year?
Honestly, I say that I'm kind of used to it because I've been playing uh, varsity football since my 10th grade year, so I've been had to step up and be a leader to the younger guys. So I'm just ready for the season. Honestly,
Okay. So, back with Andrew. So, what is one thing that you learned about yourself throughout your recovery process?
That's a good question. That I'm tougher than I think I am sometimes because most people I know through especially ankles are hard to come back. They would not play. They'd sit out for a while, but that's just not who I am, and I didn't want to do that. So I think better about myself now, stronger about myself than what I would have thought.
Love that, definitely.
Okay, Mr. Derek, this is your question. Defensive end is a tough spot, but what do you love the most about it?
It is really difficult to play the position, but I love just able to be competitive with opposing offensive tackle, things like that, being able to get around him, use my speed to get off the block, things of that nature. So that's why it's fun for me.
And Landon, you just recently announced that you're running for Mr. Raymond High. What does that mean to you?
honestly, it means a lot. I get to show that people, how I am as a person. Of course, off the field, but and on the field, I get to inspire others and just motivate them to see where I come from. So I just honestly just it really feels good. So I just can't wait to be crowned as Mr. RHS.
Good luck to you on that.
Okay, so Andrew, this is the last question about your injury. So, how do you feel like your injury has helped shape how you think about preparation, training, and all of those things?
I take way more care of myself than I did before then. I would come after games and just not recover or anything, and now I wouldn't even get taped up. I was so superstitious about getting taped up. I played bad, so now I started getting taped up, and I play normal now. And just the recovery process it's changed a lot for me and how I take care of myself.
Good.
Okay, Derek, here's a question I have for you. What are some personal goals that you set for yourself this season?
Some personal goals. I just want to help my team win. get my name on college coaches list, stuff like that. Get my name out there and just be successful in this school year, this season. Yes, ma'am.
And Landon, not only do you play football, you also play basketball. So how do you kind of feel that they feed into each other for your development?
Me playing two skillful positions in both sports, so both go hand to hand. When you're playing basketball, of course you gotta do man on man, and when you're playing football, you gotta do man on man. So on and off the court, I'm doing both man to man defense and just being ruthless.
Okay, ruthless. Okay. Okay, so back to you, Andrew. So, what do you like most about the Richland High School program?
The coaching staff and the teammates. Really, the coaching staff. They're all sort of young and really close to all of us, and they'll tell you so many things, so many stories, and teach you a lot of things too. And I'm really good friends with them. It feels like even outside of football, and I just love being around them and the team.
Great, and that's what matters most definitely.
Okay, Derek. So we talked about football, but let's talk about school. We know academics are extremely important. So, what are you most excited about your sophomore year?
What I say I'm most excited about probably getting ready to take the ACT. I feel like that'll be a good way to let colleges see how well I can do at things other than sports, and that can kind of help me, you know, get on recruiting lists and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Landon, kind of still going with that multi-sport thing. What would you say is the biggest lesson that you've learned from playing multiple sports?
The biggest lesson I've learned by playing both sports is you got to give the same energy. The same energy you give to one sport, you got to give it to another. You can't just be good at this sport and go half on this sport. You got to both put in both same energy and go hard in both sports. So that's what I really learned.
Okay, so Andrew, this is my last personal question for you before we all get into the fun questions after the rest of them finish. So now that Andrew is back in full swing on the field and the sidelines, what is your ultimate goal for this season?
To honestly just be better than last year. Last year we had a pretty bad season because of injuries and a lot of new things. And this year, after the summer workouts and all coming together, we want to put some wins on the board, get some wins under us, and honestly just help my team win, do my job, play my role. And you can only control what you can control, and that's what I'm going to do to help my team be the best we can.
Okay.
And there we're going to model, just like Ms. Liz said, it's going to be your last professional question. And we're going to jump to some fun questions. Who do you model your game after or look up to in your position?
I try and model my game after Josh Allen, defensive end for the Jaguars. I like his game really well. He's quick off the ball, and I try and watch him apply his skills to my game. Just do everything like him.
Landon, last question. What do you want people to remember about you after you graduate?
Um, of course, as always, being a leader and being, a man of God. But one thing I do want them to remember is, I was a dog on that field. I want to be remembered as the best cornerback to ever come through Raymond High. And yeah.
Yes, I love it. You all definitely have stories to tell, and everyone will hear it one day. So we can't wait till that day comes. So get into the fun questions. So, you all can answer it. We'll start off with Andrew, then we'll go to Derek, and then Landon. So, what is you all's go-to pregame song or playlist? Like an artist that you have to listen to, or a song that you have to listen to, a song that gets you hype and gets you in game mode. So, Andrew, we'll start with you.
I mean, it switches up like every week, but some like this week it was Christian music. I was stuck on that, but it's just random every single week on what I want.
And now Derek can answer.
It's kind of like Andrew, but if I had to choose a pregame song, I would probably say "Never Recovered" by Drake.
Okay. Landon.
I have to go with YB, or I'll probably play I say OJ the Juice Man, some old throwback music that you'll probably catch your uncle or your grandpa listen to. So yeah.
Okay, okay.
So we all know that you guys love to eat. We have been out on numerous eating dates. So I have to ask you this question. Favorite pregame meal or snack? I'll start with you, Andrew.
But I don't really eat before games. I'll eat during school, and I'll eat right after school. I'll have a small snack, but I just can't eat before games. I don't want to mess with my stomach or anything like that. So I'll just have me a little snack, a little water, and I'll call it a day, and then eat after the game.
And
There,
Derek, you
you
can
can
go next, and
answer.
then Landon.
Oh,
What's
um, I really don't like eating before games either. But if I had to say, probably if I could get my hands on like a taco or something like that, I'll eat that.
My pregame meal, I had to say, some pizza. I love me some pizza. And I have a little ritual that I just started last year. I always tell my mom the day before the game or the night before the game to please give me some pizza for Domino's. Like, if I don't get no pizza from Domino's, I feel like I'm just gonna have a bad game. Gotta eat some pizza.
Okay.
My next question for you all, what would you all say would be your dream college or pro team to play for? We can start with Andrew.
I'll say my dream college. I'd have to go with just state. It's home, and it's a nice place to be around Starkville. And then pro wise, I want to play for the Titans if that was possible because we're huge Titans fans around here. We have season tickets and everything. I've been to multiple games, and I love being in Nashville. Like I would move to Nashville if I could. It's so nice.
I like that state answer.
Okay, so this is the last fun question. So this question, Andrew can answer first, and then Derek, and then Landon. So there was one athlete, either still alive, that could be deceased as well, or retired, or still playing, that you would love to play with one day. Who would that athlete be, and why?
Baker Mayfield. I love Baker Mayfield so much. He's really what got me into loving football. That's why I wear number 6. That's why I played quarterback for so long. That's why I love running. And I love the way he plays, his personality. I just love Baker Mayfield. I'd love to be his teammate.
Okay.
Um, Mine would probably be Jamar Chase. He doesn't even play on the same side of the football as me, but like I've just been an LSU fan my whole life, and I just been watching him since I was young, and I just admire how he plays and he puts God first, and I really like him.
For me, I say, Jalen Ramsey. He's my favorite cornerback. I've been watching him since 8th grade. And, when I got into high school, he's the reason I played cornerback. And I just love how he plays, his swag. He's just a dog. So I just model my game out there.
Okay.
Anything that you all would like to say to your fans, in considering that the season's coming up? No
Uh,
one?
you're going to have a movie, just come to the game, watch us play. That same go for Andrew and Derek. So just come to our games, watch us play. We're going to put on the show for y'all and, support us.
Mm-hmm.
So I just want to give some encouraging words. These 3 young men on your screen are born leaders. They are great athletes. If you have listened to them, they all believe that God is the head of their lives. They strive for that, and that is why we love these three young men so much. They believe that without God, nothing is possible. We have all been able to sit down with them one-on-one and just really know that these are some really great young men. And we are so proud of them. We love them, and we know it's going to be a great season. So Landon, Derek, and Andrew, you know that myself, Miss T, and Miss Liz, we love you all. We'll be cheering for you all. And just know, even though I went to Terry High School, I still love you, Landon. And all right, so dismissed. And I want to say thank you all. And I hope you have a great night. And we want to turn it over to Miss Liz to bring in the next group.
Okay, so we're going into our last intermission. This next group, they all go to the same school, Terry High School. So we will be back in about 1 minute with those athletes. Okay, so welcome back to our 2025 Sipp Project Football and Volleyball Media Days. So this is our last group, and this whole group consists of Terry High School athletes. So now we're going to welcome in Braylon Bonds, Keiston Kendrick, Derek Howard, Caleb Stamps, and Kevin Ware. Hey guys, how are you all doing this evening?
Good.
I'm good. How about
Doing
y'all?
good. Doing good.
Doing good. Okay, so we're going to go in the same order that we went in. So the first question is going to be for Braylon. So, Braylon, you're stepping into a bigger role this season. So, how does it feel? Like, what's the excitement knowing that you are about to step into this bigger role?
I feel like it's actually an honor because knowing I didn't touch the field as much as I wanted to last year. I feel like my appearance and my role on the team can lead us into a good path down the road going into the year, and I feel like we can make something happen.
Okay.
And I have the pleasure and the honor to ask Mr. Caleb Stamp some questions. So, Caleb, this is your first question. You are only a sophomore to be selected from an 8-man football team to play in the Magnolia Sports Association Super Sophomore Game. What was that experience like?
That experience was amazing to me because you get to meet one of the best sophomores in the state in one game and have like better competition and people in your position that's like good as well.
So my questions for Derek. So not only do you play football, you play soccer as well. So how do you feel that your soccer background kind of helps you in football?
Well, due to playing soccer, I'm all at Terry High School. All I do is kick. That's the role I decided. They tried to get me to play another role, but I decided that I'm just stay at kicker because I feel most comfortable there. But as it helps by playing soccer, knowing how to kick a ball, it was a slight adjustment due to a soccer ball in a football shape. But I feel like it helps because I have the leg strength and the power to kick the ball as far as I need to.
Okay. So my next question goes to Keeson. So Keeson, we all know you played quarterback last year. This year we are seeing you on the field in a different aspect. So we're seeing you playing both sides of the ball, wide receiver and cornerback. So what has been the biggest adjustment from transitioning from quarterback to playing wide receiver and cornerback?
Just staying conditioned and getting in the weight room, trying to gain weight, but mostly just staying conditioned, having the stamina to go both ways and just produce. And me having the opportunity to see the field this year. You know, I didn't really play much last year, so I'm just excited for the opportunity to be able to play offense and defense and be able to produce for my team on both sides of the ball.
Okay.
Mr. Kevin Ware, we know that you had a transition from Mississippi to Terry. So I want you to kind of explain what was that transition like from Texas football to a small town in Terry, Mississippi?
Um, the transition it wasn't easy, but it was for me. Football is everything to me. Been playing it since I was a little boy, and Texas football wasn't really what I felt like I needed to succeed. So when I came down here, I lost some weight, and I started playing, and the coaches came in, they developed me. I'm still developing. So I feel like the transition it wasn't easy, but it was worth it.
Okay, we're gonna circle back to Braylon. What improvements would you say that you've made to your game this off season?
I feel like uh, my improvements have been trying to get quicker, being more explosive when running the ball, so I can get as many yards, not only get as many yards as I can, but like try to have those big breakaway runs that can help change the momentum of the game in our way.
Okay. So next question goes to Caleb. So me being your sister, I know firsthand about the different level of experiences. So you came from Hillcrest to Terry. You transferred from Hillcrest this summer, the tail beginning of the summer, and came to Terry. So how has this transition been like? Coming from an 8-man program, coming to an 11-man program, your junior year, which is one of the most critical years. So how has that transition been for you?
The transition for me is you have to be more responsible and like be more physical and competitive because like they way more physical down 11 man at Terry than it was at Hillcrest. So that's all.
Okay, Derek, this question is for you. What's your approach to handling pressure moments as the kicker?
Well, handling pressure moments, I feel like sometimes I may like get nervous and crack under pressure. I had some mistakes in the past, but mostly I depends on like the long snapper and the holder. Those two really help me a lot in these pressure moments because if they can do their part, then I should have no problem doing mine. But handling the pressure, honestly, it's like I just tell myself I can't think about it too much because when you overthink it, that's when possibilities start, adding up. But I try not to think about it too much and just go out and do what I got to do for my team.
Houston, next question for you. So, playing two sides of the ball, that's a lot of work, obviously. So, how do you prepare to do that at a high level?
Well,
Just just going 100, trying to go 100% at practice, trying to go play both sides at practice, like practicing, working with the groups, like ones, the groups at practice, just staying competitive, going hard every day, and just like I said earlier, just staying conditioned, because like that's a big thing, and just staying hydrated throughout the game to be ready to go when my coaches need me.
Okay, so the next question is for Mr. Kevin. So, you're a D lineman. So they talk about the trenches. So you play in the trenches. So what is the most important thing that you have to have, built inside of you to be able to play in the trenches?
Well, what you have to have is a dog mentality. You can't go in there scared. Can't go in there overthinking. You just gotta go in there. You gotta go in there and dominate. Uh, the defensive tackle isn't an easy position because you have to go through like different things just to get one tackle. So I say you gotta have a mentality of I'm not losing to some other dude that don't want to win more than I do.
Okay.
Okay, Braylon, who has been your biggest influence on your journey so far?
I feel like my biggest influence on my journey has been my mom because no matter if I'm doing great or I'm having like a little bad time in life, she's gonna always push me to be the best I can be, no matter if it's just on the field or just in life in general.
Okay, Caleb, my question is for you now. So you're another multi-sport athlete. You play basketball. How do you balance playing football and basketball?
Just when I get home, since I got a basketball goal outside, I just go outside and play basketball, like dribble the ball and work on the skills that I need for basketball as I'm not in the season right now while playing football.
Okay, so Derek, the next question is for you. So we all know about Braylon.
yeah.
Braylon Nicholson. Braylon Nicholson. I had to think about the last name. So we know that he was the starting kicker on last year. So he's graduated, and now, like we said, you're stepping into that new leadership role. So how does that feel? Like, what does the preparation look like going into the main season, which starts this upcoming Friday?
Well, the preparation for it is honestly the same as last year. I try and keep the same routine we did for these last 3 years. The past two seniors they did, so I'm just following what they did. We go out before everybody. We do our own thing. We go by ourselves. We hang out with ourselves, kind of to like just focus because our role is like If we either we put the point up or we don't put the point up, that could determine whether we win or lose. So our role is really detrimental to the game. So we try and focus on it and get as many reps and practice before we have to go and actually execute the thing. But in preparation, I just try and focus, go ahead and give me a couple kicks and then keep my leg, moving. That way I don't get stiff on it.
Okay.
Keeson, this question is for you. What do you hope to prove to yourself and your team this season?
Uh, just get better from last year. Like I didn't play a lot last year, so like just having the opportunity to play this year and being able to show my coaches why I feel like I should have been playing last year, and just taking advantage of the opportunity that I have now, and by playing both sides of the ball and having the trust in my coaches to be able to do that.
Kevin, my question is for you. What would you say is your biggest strength on the field?
Um, I'm a kind of strong guy, so I say my strength is one of the major things that I have on the field. But another one is my head. I don't get in my head a lot. I have to, like, if I mess up, I just have to forget about that mess up, deal with it later. I just have to go, just keep going till I can't go no more.
Okay. So next question is for Braylon. So everyone knows who Rondé Baker is, but you will be one of those go-tos this season as well in their running back position. So, what preparations are you making to be able to be that go-to? Like I said, you're a junior, you aren't at your senior year yet. Rondé is a senior. So, what preparations are you making for this year as well as for next year?
My preparations has just been working on strength and my speed. So whenever it is my time for to get in the game, it's almost like the pace of the game or like the run style does not change. It's like stays the same, but possibly can get better to keep the defense on their toes so they don't know. Basically, our offense can be unpredictable.
Okay.
Okay, so we all know that you, Caleb, that you experienced incredible loss. And we just want you to talk about that. We want you to talk about how has losing your father shaped your mindset as an athlete.
As me losing my father, it brought me motivation to have something to work for. Because you don't think nobody else think about something else for motivation. You can think about my father because he always wanted the best for me and wanted me to like strive for what I always wanted.
Derek, do you think or do you have a pre-kick routine or any type of mental preparation that you have to do before you kick the ball?
Like on the field or before like everything.
Either or.
Okay, well, before everything, I love to have my headphones and I like to listen to Summer Walker or Scissor because I like calm music. That way I can just get in that state of just being calm and, just go ahead and go with it. On the field, I just keep telling myself, just go ahead and go, just go do quick. Whatever I got to do, just do it. And that's how I really keep myself focused on what I got to do.
Okay. So, Keeson, the next question is for you. So, what do you hope to prove to yourself as well as your team this season?
Uh, just getting better, trying to produce on both sides of the ball, scoring on offense, making big plays, getting the ball back for the offense, just keeping the momentum going, and just try to win games this year and make it far in the playoffs, and hopefully win the state championship this year.
Okay, Kevin, this is for you. What impact do you want want to leave on Terry's program by the time you graduate?
Uh, I want to leave an impact of like nothing is too like how do I put it? Nothing is too hard for you to get through. It's days where I could tell everybody on here at Terry it's hot, it's hard. Coaches get in your ear, everybody yelling, everybody getting mad, cussing, fussing, and everything. But if you keep working by yourself, working on your craft, that you just that's all you need. All you need is your head and God alone. That's all you need.
Okay, so this is our last personal question before we get in the other questions. So back to you, Braylon. What are your personal goals for this season, as well as your goals that you want to set for your team and your teammates?
My goals for this year is to, you know, put perform on perform on offense to produce the team in general, like putting points on the board, getting us our yards that we need, and just not only that, just doing what I have to do to help put myself on the map for these college recruiters and coaches.
Okay, Caleb, this is for you. What do you want to accomplish in your first year at Terry?
Get a lot of tackles, get make plays in the backfield, sack the quarterback, and that's all.
Derek, last question. Senior year, last ride. What's your ultimate goal for your last year?
Well, my ultimate goal is to hopefully be able to fulfill my role as the kicker. That way, because I know my team, they're striving for that gold ball, and as my coach, my head coach Chris Dignan, he said he wants to see us go for that. He sees the talent in all of us, and as far as that, I just want to do my part to help get them to their goal and their dream.
Okay, so Keeson, this is the last question for you as far as the regular question. So, who inspires you? Who inspires you to play the game of football? Who inspires you to keep going every single day of your life?
I say my parents and my older brother. Uh, they stay on my head, especially my older brother. Like he stay on my head about certain stuff, keeping me straight, and just get me to do stuff that I don't want to do all the time. Just get me to step out my comfort zone and just get me to push forward and just you know do stuff that I don't feel comfortable with doing with all the time.
Okay.
And Kevin, this is your last question for this round. How do you push yourself to keep improving each week?
Um, how I push myself is since I'm not a starter like I want to be right now. I say it's another guy in front of me that he just another obstacle that's in my way from getting to where I want to be. So I push myself harder and harder just to get up to that spot. So like Braylon said, I can put myself on the map as one of the best.
So now kind of some fun questions. We've kind of heard this answer from some of you already, but what would you all say is your go-to hype song? We'll start with we can just start with Braylon and kind of go in that same order we've been going in.
I don't necessarily have a go-to hype song, but like certain artists like Young Boy, Rod Wave, and guys like Lil Wayne, this just help me escape reality at times and just help me clear my mind and get ready for to play the game I love.
Okay, Caleb.
I don't have a certain go-to hype song either, but if I was to go with anybody, it'd be like Christian music, Lil Baby, or like NBA YoungBoy.
Okay, Derek.
Well, as my teammates said already, I don't have a go-to song, but like I said before, Summer Walker, SZA, or Tyler the Creator is mine. Those are the three I go to.
Okay, Keaton.
Uh, I just listen to like R&B, and I don't have a really just certain hype song, but like I just like listening to soft, calm music, help me relax my mind before the game.
Okay, and Kevin.
I just started really listening to like Young Boy and everything, but another guy's like Boosie. You know, he makes songs that get your head right. Rod Wave, Big X the Plug, Biggie Abo, all the guys, all those guys that'll make you wanna just go hurt somebody on the field.
Okay, okay. So next question, talking about favorite pregame meals or snacks. So we know that you all are fed, the team is fed the same thing. Not the same thing every time, but you all get the same meal um before the game. So what is your favorite pregame meal? Like anything that they've ever fed you all, like what is the favorite thing that you want to see when you go in the cafeteria and get ready to get fed before a game? And we can start with Derek.
Well, my favorite pregame meal. I don't think football has done this before, but it's with soccer. Usually we go like they give us an option, but we usually choose Chick-fil-A. That's for all of us. So I say if I had to pick anything, that'd be my favorite pregame meal.
Okay, Keeson.
Pre-game meal, I kind of got a weak stomach, like especially when it come to like playing football.
Hmm.
But like I don't really just have like a go-to, but like I like eating like soul food. Like I don't really like eating fast food a lot no more. So like what we eat now, like mashed potatoes and like green beans, like that'd be cool for me.
Okay, Braylon.
My answer is just basically the same as Keisha, just like a nice little meal, not just something like too greasy or like something that's gonna like tear up my stomach. I just want something that's gonna like just put a little something on my stomach, just give me the energy to play the game.
Okay, Caleb.
I don't really like eating before a game because I don't want my stomach hurting. But if I was to eat anything, I'll eat like a banana and a Gatorade.
Okay, Kevin.
It's kind of what Keith and Braylon said. It's something like a small meal, maybe like mashed potatoes, piece of chicken or something. Something that's not too like not too bulky that I
Okay,
that'll just sit on my stomach. I just need a little push, just to get ready for the game.
okay.
Okay, so my question is if you wasn't playing your sport, what would you be doing? And we'll just start with Derek again.
If I wasn't playing any sports at all, I'd possibly. I thought about this a little bit, but I'd be focusing on psychology or being a veterinarian. I'd be taking care of animals and yeah, trying to get internships and everything I need, studying for this ACT so I can get at least a 25 plus. I have a 22 right now, and I just want a 25 plus because
Okay,
that.
Keith.
Uh, if I wasn't playing sports, I'd probably just say like I like to fish outside of sports and like just hanging with my friends. But like
Great
outside of
answer,
that, like
Derek, and congratulations, you're 22. We know
but
that
like
you will get that 25. You can go ahead, Keaton.
I like fishing outside of school, like outside of football and outside of sports, and I like hanging with my friends, and that's really it. But school wise, like I want to graduate with a 4.0 and top 20, so I'm kind of working on that, staying on grades, and that's really it.
Braylon.
If I wasn't playing my sport, I'll just be like more focused on school, making sure my grades are even better than what they already are, and then like going to school, like going to college, I think I'll be in there going for like being a physical therapist or an athletic trainer, like still doing something involved in sports and just doing something that I know that's gonna make me happy and I'm gonna love doing it.
Caleb.
I would be trying to work on my ACT scores, like be studying to replace the time of the sports practice time and have like enough time to like improve my grades, but my grades are already good, so that's it.
And then Kevin, you can go ahead and answer.
I think he's having technical difficulties, so we can just go to the
Oh,
next question.
was it my turn?
Oh, yes, it was.
I couldn't hear anything. I see nobody. What I would do if I wasn't playing sports, I'll probably, be focused on school, trying to graduate with like Keegan said in the top 20. I try to go to college and or like be a mentor to like young kids and everything.
Okay, my next question for you all. If you could play with someone living or deceased, or if they're currently playing or even retired, who would it be and why? Um, we'll start with Kevin.
Um, I would say like Mason Graham, the D tackle from Michigan. I would watch his clips at night and everything, see how he gets off the ball and see his mentality when going up against guys that like way bigger than him. So I would say him and like John Randall, Mean Joe Green, and all those guys, the legends of defensive tackles.
Okay, Braylon, what about you?
I feel like if I ever had the chance to play with these great athletes that came across the game of football, I feel like I would want to play with guys like Emmitt Smith, Saquon, Derrick Henry, just learning from those kind of guys and just taking it add that to my arsenal in the game and just potentially making it better and just helping the team out and just learning a lot from them.
Okay, Caleb.
I would say Shador Sanders or Abdul Carter because I like the pace they play and how they carry themselves.
Okay, Keeson.
I say like Devontae Smith or like Ron Williams, like a smaller receiver, just to like learn from them, like how they play with being a smaller receiver, going against bigger guys all the time. Not just win and not just being the strongest, but just stuff in ways that like how to dodge and just play with being small.
Okay, and Derek.
For me, it's more like I prefer to go back like to like my ninth grade year. All the people that was here before me, I'd like to see all them and practice and play with them again. That'd be who I pick.
And this will be my last question. We can start with Derek again. What is your dream college or pro team to play for?
My dream college, I say, is probably Mississippi State or Ole Miss. Those two, I play for them. I wouldn't mind. And for a sports team, I wouldn't mind kicking for the Saints or the Ravens because my dad is a Raven and my mom is the Saint. So either one would be fine with me. But those are what I pick.
Okay, Keeson.
College wise, I just say Jackson State because like I've been going to their games ever since I was little, and just being able to play for them would just be a great opportunity. And for NFL wise, pro wise, I'll say the Cowboys. Like that's been a team that I've always watched, and like my dad been living there since I was little. So just those two teams.
Okay, Braylon Buns.
College wise, I feel like Jackson State or LSU because those have been the two teams I've been watching ever since I was in kindergarten, first grade, just being around those environments all the time. Especially LSU was like that's always been my dream school. And then pro wise, I was just like Keith and Dallas Cowboys. Is just growing up watching them with my dad, and not only that, just playing for America's team.
Okay, Caleb.
College wise, I say Penn State because I like the intensity on their defense and NFL professional. I I wouldn't mind what team I play for, just the better one that which fits me.
Mr. Kevin.
Um, College wise, I would say Jackson State. 'Cause, I lived in Texas, but I would still watch the Jackson State games and everything. NFL, it doesn't, like Caleb said, I'll play for whoever, just whatever fits me best.
Okay, so this is our last question for you all. So don't think about what position you play or anything. So think about, okay, talking about your coaches. So if you had to pick any coach on your coaching staff to go one on one with, which coach would it be? I'm gonna start with Derek.
Um, Man, it's a lot. I really can't choose all because it's honestly, it's been all of them helping me so far. So if I had to choose, I choose all of them. Really, I have no specific answer.
So I think that, okay, let me specify the question. So when I say one on one, I'm talking about like going against them. So one of
Mhm.
y'all playing wide receiver, one playing cornerback, or like that.
I feel like all of them would beat me, but if it's,
All of them. So you want to go against all of them.
I know all of them would beat me. Like I feel like I can't really compete with them at that. Maybe kicking now, kicking I could beat every single one of them. I'm confident in that. But any other aspect, lifting, maybe running, I could beat most of them. I feel like there's a few that stands out, but honestly, I feel like they'll be better overall.
Okay. So next we're gonna go with Keeson, and I want y'all to choose one. Like I don't want you to say all of them or nothing. Choose one coach. Keeson.
Uh, I'd probably say Coach Benson, my defensive coordinator, cause like he just pushed me to go 100% at all times, like on and off the field. Like he don't want us walking on the field, like, and he real competitive.
Okay. Let's go with Braylon.
I say Coach Benson as well because not even though I'm not on his side of the ball, he's our defensive coordinator, but he still is gonna push me and be the best I can. And I just know he's gonna bring that dog out of me one on one.
Okay. Kevin.
It's a hard question, but I'll say uh, probably my D line coach, Coach Washington. He uh he always got some he always really got something to say about me. So whooping him would make me feel no worse.
Okay. Caleb.
I say Coach Black or Coach Benson, cause Coach Benson one time he tackled me in the bushes. I don't know why he did.
Okay. So now I'm gonna turn it over to Miss Tierra.
Well, thank you all for being on here. And good luck on your seasons. Y'all have shared your stories and it sounds like y'all are ready for the season and to hopefully win a championship. So, hopefully you all can do that. And we all wish you luck. And we appreciate you for being on here tonight.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank
ma'am.
you.
Thanks for the
Thank you for having me.
opportunity.
Thank you.
Okay, so now we're going to play our last interview, and that was with Micah White as well, linebacker at Terry High School. He had another engagement where he could not make it today, but he made sure we got that interview done. So check it out. Hey everyone, and welcome back to our 2025 Sipp Project Media Day. We are joined here now with Micah White, linebacker from Terry High School, and he's a junior. So Micah, how are you doing this evening?
I'm doing great.
Doing great. Okay, that's good. So we have a couple of questions for you, just so everyone can get to know a little more about Micah, Micah's accomplishments from last year as well as going into this year. So last year you were selected for the Magnolia Sports Association Super Sophomore All-Star Game. So how does that accomplishment make you feel? Like, what was the feeling being able to be selected for that game as well as playing that game?
It was. I just feel great about it, and I was very nervous going into the game because being surrounded by a whole bunch of new people, it was kind of from different schools. It was kind of shaky, but I ended up playing well, so it was fine, and it was a great experience.
Good morning, Micah. How are you doing this morning?
Doing great. How are you?
Good. So my question is very simple. Now that you're a junior, how do you think you've grown since then, both on and off the field?
Can you repeat that, please?
Since you're a junior now, how do you think you have grown personally on and off the field?
You were kind of breaking up.
Now that you're a junior, how have you feel like you have grown on and off the field in your football life and in your personal life?
I feel I just got better throughout the years, since Little League and coming into high school and from middle school. I just feel I've grown as a person and as a football player.
Hi, Micah. So since you're a junior this season, you're expected to play an influential role on the team. So how are you preparing to step into that leadership role?
I'm just trying to get past not being such a quiet guy and trying to speak out and be a leader, and also showing being an example to the team. And yeah.
Okay, so Micah, speaking on pregame, so things that you always have to do like before hitting the field on game day. So what are some of your pregame rituals or things that you just know you have to do in order to have a successful game? So things that you might do um a couple of minutes before the game or the night before or early that morning. What are some things that you have to do before hitting the field for a game?
So the night before, I have to turn on my speaker and blast music and just get myself hype. And then before the game, like in the locker room, got to play music. So it's really just music, listening to music and, get myself hype and ready to play the game.
Okay.
So that is a great segue. What is your go-to song to get you locked in before a game?
Anything Lil Baby, because that's my favorite artist and I just love his music.
Okay, sticking with the ritual part, what's your favorite pregame meal? Like, what fuels you the best?
Really whatever coach gives us, we don't really get to choose what we eat. But it's usually chicken or something, so I guess chicken, Yeah.
Okay, Micah. So now we're going to go into like team and goals. So can you explain to us the bond that you have this year with your teammates?
Those are my brothers, We all throughout the summer we were together and working out, doing conditioning and stuff. So it's really we just a close family, and I love them to death.
So what goals, personal goals that you say you've set for yourself for this season?
I hope to finish every game with at least 8 to 10 tackles, and I hope this year that I earn one of my first college offers, and make probably hope to make the all state team or all 6A.
Okay, great goals. So speaking on the ultimate team goal, so what is the ultimate team goal for this season, and how do you see yourself helping the team reach their ultimate goal?
The ultimate goal is the championship. Every team wants to win a championship. I feel like we can win it because we got the bond to do it, and we've been working, and yeah.
So now that we talked about what do you do to relax your mind, what do you do with your teammates, how you get locked in, let's talk about some personal stuff. What do you do to relax off the field?
I just play the game sometimes. It's kind of calming, and lay down and watch YouTube a lot.
In your game, how would you describe it if you had to describe it in one word, and why that word?
I believe I'm an explosive player, and because I could just get the team hyped, change the momentum of a game with one play made.
Okay, so this is the last question before we wrap it up. So leaving your legacy on the field, when you play your last game at Terry High School, what do you want your legacy to be? What is one thing that you want everyone to remember about Michael White?
I just want them to remember how I impacted the team, impacted the season, and I want them to remember my name when I leave Terry, and just think about how great of a player and great of a teammate and great of a person I was.
Okay, and we believe that you would definitely do that. So, is there anything you want to say to your fans, the whole Bulldog fan base, everyone who's going to be watching you this season?
Um, just come out and support us. It means a lot to us, and go Bulldogs.
Okay, well, we are so proud of you, Michael. We can't wait to see the great things that you do this season. You had a great sophomore year last season, one that we don't usually see, within sophomores, being able to step up to their role in varsity and just making a breakout point, during your sophomore season. We're excited to see what you're going to do your junior season because you have 2 more years left. So we can only imagine how Michael's going to play these last 2 years. So we are so proud of you. Congratulations on all your accomplishments, and we can't wait to see what you do moving forward.
Yay.
Okay, so that was our last athlete for tonight. We thank you all for joining in with us tonight for our 2025 Sipp Project Media Day for our football and volleyball athletes. We will have another one for our other sports and athletes as well. And we just want to thank StreamYard as well for letting us use their platform, as well as NFL Inspired Change, who is one of our sponsors and partners. We couldn't have done this without them. We thank you all for joining us and just supporting our athletes. They need all the support in the world. They are really some great athletes. And the exposure will definitely come. They may not be from the biggest schools or from the biggest state, but like we always tell them, what you do on the field, what you do on the court, what you do on the track, yes, that matters, but what you do outside of that is what matters most. So their character is what we believe will take them a long way. So you all will definitely be seeing a lot of these athletes moving forward on the big stage. So just remember their names. So again, thank you all so much for joining. Thank you to Miss Leah and Miss Tiara, my team, for getting on here with us tonight and making this happen as well. Stay tuned for everything that the Sipp Project is doing. You can follow us on our social medias at the Sipp Project Athlete Marketing Agency Incorporated. You all have a great night. And again, thank you so much.